Hello, welcome to my recap with live trades. I hope you enjoy this content. So, I overtraded today a bit, and I actually had an okay open. I was up almost like what about 1.7 something percent, and then I just being the first day of the year, I should have just cut it then. That I was, it was a decent, quick like 20-second trade or 10-second trade, whatever it was, off the open, but it's not how it went. I once again, I had too many trades with too little size and just was all over the place. So I need to do better about this. So first trade, Nvidia. Let's get to it. So you have Nvidia in the middle, on the right, in the middle here. So here's the open, and that yellow dash line is prior day high. I'm getting ready to grab an 820 call when my idea was to get if as soon as this breaks prior to its high, but as you're going to see in a second here, my entry is really late. If I throw an order out on the ask, I get filled right away, 490. I'm already 520, 560, 590, holding up strong, $6. I get out $6, and that's it. So that was 14-second trade. Made $107. So would have been nice with 2 or 3 contracts, and had I got in at right at prior day's high, or the second it broke it, when I saw that strength. So if I could do it all over again, I'd have at least 2 contracts, and I would have gotten in right when it started to go. So messed up in a couple areas. So next trade's a little small. I got into Nvidia and I realized that this thing's moving really slow, and I didn't have the patience, and I just get out for a small win. Grab 2 contracts though. I mean, yeah, it's only $75 per contract, but sometimes I get a bad habit of just getting one contract for something so cheap. It just doesn't make sense. Nvidia's up top on the right here. It's playing that prior day high. I mean that high a day momentum plus the indices were going. So I get out there for a $5 win per
Didn't like my
contract.
entry there at all.
So I mean it was pathetic. But the next one's Tesla. Tesla had this falling wedge, and I'm anticipating the breakout of this wedge. I get in one contract, 680 call for 1268. And it just starts stuffing, so I get right out. Be safe. So now I'm only up $80. That's where my mindset started to go. I wasn't sweating it at this point, but I was like, dang, that sucks. Like, even though it's only $35 loss, I felt it. So the next trade's gonna be on Tesla again. And it's coming right up. So you see it's starting to hold up there, and I thought, okay, did I just get punked out of this trade? I get in again. 1274 is my cost. I'm thinking it's gonna go, but definitely being held down, so I just get out. And yeah, I lost $23 there, plus commissions. Next trade, Tesla. So this pattern, I don't know. What I saw here was a couple things. I saw clear level, like prior days close, which is a pink line, and we have prior days low just below it, that yellow line, and then we have the 34 EMA right above the pink line, and we're out of this pattern. And then the thing is, I saw this little head and shoulders, so left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So that's what I was playing mainly. I'm gonna grab a 685 call. I grabbed one 1064. It's like going, but it's not what I like to see. Okay, now it's starting to do what I like, but I don't trust it because how Tesla's been acting, very wakey, very sketch. I know a lot of other traders have been having a hard time with Tesla lately. So I get out there, and that was a small win, $11 minus commission. So not off to a good start, or was off to an okay start, but still had my faults. Next trade, Tesla. We have this flag pattern. VWAP's right here, this dash purple line. Prior day's close is right there, the pink line, and prior day's low is right below us. So good levels to risk off of here. In theory, let's see. So a lot of times this will make an M pattern, so I was kind of worried about that. So I get in one contract, 685 call, 1077. Is it going to get above this resistance? That's the question. Hold up there. Are the bulls going to push through? That's the question. A lot of times it'll not look good like this, like it's starting to be held down, then it'll rip. But I have the 200 SMA just above it, so I wasn't really going for too much here, but should have got out when it wasn't holding, when it just started to pull back there. So getting a nasty little pullback. I'm seeing the red coming on the tape. But am I going to get an M here or going to rip? Looking a bit M-ish. That's even a word. If it isn't, I just made it up. And they're really holding this thing down. Okay, so we get some green on the tape. We're ripping up towards 200 SMA. Just taking it right there. Do I take it? Do I get out? Didn't quite get filled. Oh, so I remember during this trade, I thought it was going to get at least up to the 200. So I throw an order out on the ask when we're approaching the 200. I really thought we were going to get to the 200, but we didn't. So, I didn't reach my target, and so I'm not going to just take the trade. Like, that's what I want to avoid. So many times, I would cut my winners. I still do it, but I used to be worse about it. I would cut my winners way too short, and I wouldn't let them run till the targets. And my target in that trade was the trade plan. Just remember this a second ago was as it's approaching the 200. If it gets up towards that way, I'm going to throw an order on the ask, and then it'll squeeze up into it, ideally. And if it doesn't, then this starts to form an M. That's when I get out, and so that's what I did. So, yeah, you might think like, oh, if you're just taking, but that's hindsight. Like, no, that wasn't the plan. The plan was, I thought it was going to go to the 200 and then either push above it or have some sort of resistance. I knew there was potential for an M pattern, and that's what happened. But yeah, I don't regret that at all. So next trade, I had a few other trades that you'll see here, but they were like again with like this smoker crackhead trade. So I had, excuse me there. So I had a Dow trade, a couple contracts, and lost $7 a contract. I showed that Tesla trade. I had Airbnb, lost a little bit of money on a couple contracts. They were just boring trades. 2 contracts on Dow, lost $5 each. And then I had AMC and I made $5 for one contract. So then we come to Facebook. Now Facebook, as you see up top on the right here, it was forming this sort of flag pennant pattern slash ascending triangle, and it so we had the support here, and it sort of was like faking out to the downside, and then it would squeeze up a little bit, fake out to the downside. So I thought if it goes, it hopefully trapped enough shorts where it'll squeeze. That's exactly what happens. It just takes me one scratch trade to get it. So this is my scratch trade, and I get in one right there, 188 or 187. Not quite ready yet. It's looking like it unless it starts to go, but I want to keep my plan was to keep my wrist tight here because I was running out of buying power, and I thought this had potential to go because of these little trappy wicks here. But ultimately, it could have been broke to the downside and rip lower, but I thought this had potential for upside. And goes any lower from here, I'm out. Because of this trappy action over here, that's why I wasn't out when it closed right here. I was like, okay, they can rip it, just rip, which is they end up doing. My timing was just a little bit off. They get out there, went down lower, and then here. So this is where I kind of messed up. So I saw the strength come in here, but by the time I got in, it was as it's clearing this resistance. But ideally, I would have had a little bit quicker of an entry. My entries were definitely off today. I mean, they're always off, but pointing out where I I could have done better in this trade. So get in one right there, 195. And now where I screwed up big time too on this one is I didn't realize prior day's high was like just above this. So that's what I get for having not paying attention to the wider time frames. Even then, those I had zoomed in so much that I couldn't see just above. But this would have been so my platform froze because this shot up so much. As you can see in the options contract chart here, we're already at 220. If I throw an order out on the ask, 225 would get filled. But watch this. So 352.70, then 352.90 is prior day high. Rip past prior day's high. I mean, yeah, we pull back for a second, but then it goes higher. So that would have been. I could have thrown an order out for 250, 275 instead of. So I could have made an extra 40, 50, $60 here. It does go higher, but that's just my bad for not noticing the prior day's high was right above. So next time I need to pay more attention. Especially I had time when this is shaking out and before it ripped. So yeah, there. So there's 63. I mean, I don't know. I think these. I remember seeing these go up towards $3. Yeah. So yeah, nice rip there. Although the contracts aren't really moving too much for some reason. So yeah, live and learn. I'm definitely happy that I ended the day only down $6. I had in my swing account. See where that's at. I made 50 cents today. So yeah. So I'm up on this position I have on LBS. I'm just giving it room to go. It's on the daily if you want to check that out. But LVS on the daily, I I got in 4 days ago, and it's broke out of a falling wedge, and it's I think it has room to go to the upside. I have till the 16th of July on the contracts. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I really appreciate you watching, and hopefully tomorrow we get some really good setups. So thank you.